been seeing from CFO throughout the year. The fact that they consistently challenge these top teams, but unfortunately have always just fallen short of being able to defeat them, just shows the level of which they've risen to, but also showcases the potential that exists in this roster, and to upset HLE is monumental for them and the region.
Yep. Having a look here at the year of CFO, they have been just kicking goals all over the place, and the other side of the coin isn't the same story, right? And actually, I love this as a barometer for how HLE is going to look and to measure the performance of CFO and how much they've improved. Already, you can see that this lane matchup, not exactly the most fun for Zeka.
Well, we've also seen teams, I think, really stifled in their growth, and we were so obviously the best team in our region. And that, I think, is so cool about CFO, is that that hasn't seemingly harmed them. There's obviously also the proximity, right? They're able to scrim against LPL, CK teams, but you need to get to the point where they see you as a scrim partner in the first place. So,
that's not an easy thing.
That is not an easy thing. No hard thing, actually, to get going consistently, as looking at both have actual just normal lanes, which have...
Versus 2, the additional sustain that Kaiwing is bringing on the Nami means that he can help the top side of the map. Rumble doesn't have the same threat that he did in the game. So CFL playing 3 pushing lanes now. I'm very curious to pressure, because when it comes to star power, he really is kind of the shining star of this team.
Early instigator in the entire LCK. The man loves to flash over walls early on. Aggressive level 3 gangs. We're not going to see junglers have just decided to go for a full clear. He should still be able to...
A little bit of a wraparound here. We'll see whether he is actually... Instead, going to be a little distracted by the shellfish.
You need that crab.
You got to get the crab first. But then he might head into this mid lane to try and punish a bit of the shove that has come through here. Junja going to finish off. There is the Demacian junglers both going to be mirroring each other on opposite sides of the map. And you can see here, Zeus, level 4, feeling a whole lot in this matchup. Speaking of matchups, things actually are one thing that I hadn't. A champion is pretty comfortable on, guys. His whole career on this champion. Bit of great entrance here as Viper doesn't have a lot of the blue stuff, but is otherwise feeling okay. Delight still has the moves on the Rakan.
Known for his Naylor champions for the longest time. But coming into this series, I think that we're seeing Zeka still kind of struggle with the issues he had domestically, where he's just not able to really perform to his highest level. That might be the opportunity that CFO are going to be looking for. I am also looking at how these team fights are going to look. We've seen a lot of games. Usually that was traded, but the Herald is where games are made or broken, and then, you know, at Otacon. I hope we'll get that today as well, because the last time these two teams faced, even though the series wasn't that long, it was violent.
I'm really looking forward to when you come to the LCK next year.
He needs to talk.
Cảm giác như mà vị trí yếu nhất của CFO chỉ là vị trí của driver ở vị trí đường trên. Còn đâu 4 vị trí còn lại hiện tại đang khá là mạch lạc với nhau à. Không kill hay quá. Không kill hay. Áp lực luôn chứ không kill. Quá áp lực. Địt mẹ mày. Đánh bên tay thật.
Being demonstrated in that 10 CS gap. He's not going to move on over here. His control wards are going to meet in the banana brush. But this dragon will be going over to Junja without too much of...
Đánh bên tay thật.
Actually just trying to get the information that they're looking for.
Ăn được kill tự tin nhá. Ăn được kill tự tin nhá. Ăn được kill anh tự tin nhá. Không kill ơi.
You know they want to kill Honky?
Yeah, possibly.
Well, they're going to go for it. Here's it.
Không kill ơi.
See whether he can get himself out of there, but that is going to be first blood. Going over to Zeka, and that is a great start for this Azir that was struggling.
Không full màn được. Full màn là đi luôn đấy. Full màn là lên đường luôn. Tầm này chỉ có đi tại một góc mà thôi anh em ạ. Cố gắng xem luôn. Một góc mà thôi. Anh em ơi, Under nhồi thêm được nhá. Under nhồi thêm được nhá. Một pha lỗi của Hong Kiều ở vị trí đường giữa như này là con Odin này là thọt từ đầu là chắc chắn là sẽ bị Slabun nhá. Cái nhồi được luôn. Cái nhồi được luôn. Cái nhồi được.
Not wanting to use flash, and to be fair, I think even if he flashes, Zeka follows him and he will end up going down.
Now, from there's the risk of a dive.
No under kill em, no under kill anh.
Taking a decent amount of damage, but given that there's no presence of the jungler, they saw the timing of the blue.
Sao Levi xem là thoải mái à? Không biết. Tao bị cấm đấy, xem được chưa? Tao chỉ biết tao bị cấm xem thôi.
But also giving that information over to Delight and Viper, who are holding onto this freeze on the top side of the map. It was a very stock standard early game where I felt CFO.
Lợi thế là tốt dành cho Zeka với trường giữa. Với con bài Azir. Trong khi đó một pha chảnh mảng Hong Kill thì mất đi lợi thế rồi, hoàn toàn rồi.
And with Grub spawning in 25 seconds, it's HLE that's going to be in a much better.
Người ta là CO team, mình là câu team. Câu trộm à? Câu trộm à?
this is where HLE builds on the defense, right? They move around the
Địt
map.
bố mày. Còn ten đéo thì mẹ toàn người ta ăn cắp ăn trộm. Chán vãi lồn cuộc đời thì mẹ nhục nhã.
Your Atlas grab specifically.
Nhục nhã.
Okay, so tempo vibes are not actually something represented by what's going on in the game.
Very
Okay.
important. You might think of
Dùng
Tampa.
ta đi.
No, not
It's
that.
not.
Đốt đồ.
It's just a vibe of
Đốt đồ bắn tự tin đấy.
not in a great position as Arcane Shift from Doggo getting
Đốt đồ bắn tự tin đấy.
down. Viper trying to kite it out, has that Q activated and
Đốt đồ bắn tự tin đấy.
out of the area. Battle Dance
Ôi. Ui địch mẹ mày đốt đồ với chúng ta.
answer that first kill.
So Doggo, he's got loads of tempo vibes right now.
Absolutely, there we go. Shockwave going to come through as Honku also.
Ôi.
He is
Đốt
gonna
đồ với chúng ta. Địch con mẹ mày.
This wave is crashing down, and Peanut and Delight both under full health. And Cataclysm does put Doggo
Ôi.
on the edge, but
Ui giời ơi, sao nó đánh địch con mẹ mày. Ui sao nó đánh nhiều.
now Zeka finds a triple knockback.
Ôi căng rồi, căng rồi, căng rồi, căng rồi. Quả này căng rồi. ZK với cả Viper đánh quả này căng rồi.
No
Viper ZK đánh quả này căng rồi. Viper ZK đánh quả này căng rồi.
Still Zeka able to
Địt mẹ mày. Viper ZK đánh quả này vãi cả lồn.
They're not actually gonna.
Vãi cả lồn.
And Doggo's like, no, we are all inning. Viper wasn't ready.
ZK đánh quả điên rồi.
Attention on trying to further go for that dive towards
Thì thố mày 9 phút 6 kill. Thì con mẹ mày 9 phút 6 kill. Mẹ mày.
able to get a bunch of kills. The exact wave on the top side. A couple of CS going to be lost. They're going to be able to grab all of these grubs in favor of HLE as well. Doggo is in the vicinity and this man is not afraid of anything.
He certainly isn't. They do have a lot of mobility though, so Battle Dance should be able to get the line over.
Ăn được cắt.
To leave the pit. And Drive is
Ăn được cắt. Tôi thằng Rival chết rồi. Tôi địt con mẹ mày.
slows him down. There's the
Ăn được cắt rồi.
great lag and grab from Peanut. And now the all-out does have to be employed. Can Drive
Ăn được cắt rồi.
business himself out. He uses the flash to try and escape, but he's ran out.
Ăn được cắt rồi.
Does he? That CC very
Hay quá này ơi. Địt mẹ mày.
really extreme here.
Tí nữa ăn được cắt.
They faced, right? They were expecting the base to come.
Tí nữa ăn được cắt.
Let's go back to the dive. So
Thì
this is
phải phải học Q đánh hay thật. Học Q, đốt đồ, tu ra. Đánh hay thật.
diving as he gets aggro underneath. Now, EQ doesn't really result in much, and it looks like a clean dive to start things off. But with the arrival of Zeka, I love this awareness. An easy 3
Hay đó.
movement to set up for Viper to come in, who's just come off the back of respawning. Means that he's just spent his gold.
Địt mẹ mày Viper ZK xử lý quả mắc bình quá.
Zeka after CFO have already
ZK mắc bình quá.
That's the big thing. You know there's no cooldowns. All the ultimates are.
Xếp Âu ngoài tên, xếp Âu ơi, cố lên xếp Âu ơi.
Driver was just
Đại diện xứng đáng của LCB.
take a limit, obviously. It's Asante, so that didn't work. And then they tried to kill him.
Đại diện rất xứng đáng.
Also didn't work.
Tốt vào LCB. Tốt vào thực lực. Ui mẹ mày ZK nó đò quả. Ui bố mày. ZK nó đò. Ui rồi ôi.
He's out of the fight. He's out of
Ôi
the
thôi ZK đánh quả này thì.
For Junju this time, it is a steamroll from HLE.
Thôi bố. ZK đánh quả này bố. Bố bố bố. Bố ZK. Bố ZK như ngon đấy. Như thế này ngon. Snowball như này hắt lấy em không để chết kill nào, ngon nhá. Ngon nhá. Nhá. Under mút nhá. Under ăn. Không phải under mút nữa. Under ăn. 9 kill rồi, cứ bình tĩnh thôi. Cứ bình tĩnh thôi, mới 9 kill rồi, bình tĩnh thôi.